dies. He's like, you know what? I could pinpoint this right here as a reason to why I'm going to die right now. And then then he does it, you know?
That dude was literally like KYS, and he was all bet, and he just fucking
Bet.
did it.
And then he does. Hey, tits.
I'm Areolas.
We're doing A Star is Born, the 2018 one. What was your first exposure to this?
I did not know there was another version when I was looking for it, and I was like, "Oh, this is a 2018 version." My first time seeing it. With when we decided on it. What about you? It was the first time.
Someone requested me to watch it, so I did, and that was the first time I saw it. So there is that. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw, indeed.
We are following a country singer, and he's singing real countryly. He's singing, trying to avoid the drunks and the alcohols and the drugs. And he has a problem, and he's struggling with that pretty much throughout the entire film. But he's a singer. He's singing real nice. And he goes to this club, and he sees another singer there, and she's singing nice, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, I want to talk to that lady. I'm gonna go talk to her."
And he does. I guess she didn't have her eyebrows on or something, and she puts on her eyebrows, and he starts singing, and she likes his singing, and they both like each other's singing, and
he especially likes her eyebrows.
Yeah, he likes her nose and her eyebrows. You ever forget your eyebrows when you?
Sometimes I leave them in the bed when I wake up, and I have to oh wait, dang it, that's what I was missing. I forgot my eyebrows. I need to reattach them. Then I put them back on with super glue. Sometimes the super glue doesn't work though.
Have you ever do you see those women that like tattoo their eyebrows?
I have seen them, and they never get good tattoos.
Yeah,
tattoos always suck.
It always looks like they're surprised.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yeah. It's not a good look. I do like eyebrows though. I'm a big fan of eyebrows on a woman.
I mean, eyebrows. You notice they're not there.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
They elicit emotion, right? Like,
yeah,
they do so much. I'm sure you like when you draw someone with eyebrows, it shows a lot of emotion. You know.
Yeah, it complements the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know. I like how the hair grew there and only there.
Well, this couple meets and they like each other, but the dude's got, like you said, problems with drinking and then his hearing problem, and he's trying to make her famous, and she gets kind of famous, and she starts singing with him, and I really like this music. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
it really pumped me up. Like, it's kind of generic sounding when you listen to, I guess, the lyrics and the beat, but it sounded good within the movie. It sounded really good.
Yeah. So they have like a whole relationship where they're going around touring. She's singing with him. He introduces her as like a star base. Oh no, she turns into a star because of his introduction.
Mm-hmm.
But like, she's going around, people are liking her. They're like, "Oh my goodness, it's him and this chick, and they're singing. Oh my goodness, well, this guy that we like is here. We're open to the chick as long as the guy doesn't leave." Right? And then it's like, this movie seems to be just the relationship, the beginning of the relationship, and then like the middle of the relationship is tumultuous, and there's a lot of turmoil there, as relationships are, and they get over it. And the added stress of being famous isn't cool either, because like, there's points where like she's famous too, Like they have to do stuff away from each other, even though they started off doing stuff together, because they have their own separate famous lives.
Yeah, that and his drinking problem is just a real, like, I don't know, it's a lot to deal with because he's just really, I don't know, he's trying to hide the pain obviously that he's dealing with his hearing, and there's just he's just always drunk. Like it makes it a problem. Uh, I know when she's trying to get an award and he embarrasses her, or when he's just like trying to do a regular performance and he can't even stand up. You know, it's interfering with that.
Yeah, and he's declining too in popularity. His time is pretty much up. I will say that it seems he's finding any excuse to hide the fact that he's becoming less and less popular because he's already had his heyday. So he's already had it. Why? And you got this chick, she's new and she's popping off. And because she's new and fresh, people are liking her. And that becomes a lot of the source of their arguments. Though he's no longer as famous as he once was, and she's becoming more and more famous, and they argue over it. And it's kind of sad to see because their relationship, uh, it gets a lot rockier because of it.
No, it's kind of interesting because it's like he, of course it was his popularity that made her, catapulted her popularity, and then
Yeah.
for her to like overstep his popularity, how can, you know, like, obviously she's never bitter or an asshole about it, but that's how he feels about it. I'm sure at times where he's like, if it weren't for me, you'd never be where you were at. It's me who created you, and now like I'm not being, I don't know, respected, I guess, as much by the audience base and stuff. So I could see him like why he's upset, you know.
I mean, yeah, he's also. It seems like the early part of his career, you can definitely tell that he's more in it for the music aspect, versus this part of the career, he's just trying to live, and his alcoholism, his drinking problem, rather, he's just not like he's sounding different because he's in a different like state of mind from when he was like when he first started off. Like his material's different. It's completely different. Like I think he's changed too much for the viewers, the
Hmm.
listeners, and she hasn't really had anything change at all because this is her first time. This is the first iteration of her. I'm sure in 10 years when she's like changed into an entirely different person, then she's going to experience the exact same thing. But until then, she's the fresh new face. So I think he should be happy for her and understand that this is how the business goes, but he clearly isn't. He's just caring about him and his success. And it goes to show that he's a very self-centered person, for sure.
No, yeah, but that's kind of how he's been because he's used to having the spotlight on him. So why wouldn't he be sort of self-centered if he's literally the center of attention when people come watch him perform? You know, like it's hard to shake that, I guess, that, or you know, try to not be it when you're so. That's the whole point of your whole character, is
Yeah.
being the center. You know.
Yeah, and it's like at some point they end up marrying each other. I'm like, that's cute. But then like they take home with them. They take their work home with them, and they're arguing about like you're more successful than I am, blah blah blah, and he's like on a really downward spiral. And then there's this point where he is like, "Okay, I'm going to go to your concert." All right? And she's like, "Okay, I'll be here." And it seems like there's an overtone of she knows what's about to happen. Like tonight's the night. Like she knows something's going to happen tonight. So like while she's on the stage, it's just her like crying, like for almost crying. I can see it in her eyes. I'm like, oh man, she knows something's up, and then she goes home and then finds that he's hung himself, and since so she starts destroying all the little the glass things on the walls. There's a lot of
Hmm.
glass everywhere. I'm like, don't step in that. That's dangerous. There's so much glass. You should not be sitting in that. Avoid this area at all costs, please.
Why'd you make such a mess? Or wear some shoes, some house shoes, while you walk around in the glass. Um, no, yeah, I don't know. Like, I hated it when that gay dude, told Bradley Cooper's character, like, she's gonna stop touring because of you. You need to take care of this, blah blah blah, and basically telling him, hey, you should fucking die. You know what I mean? Because you're ruining her career. And Bradley Cooper
Yeah.
does it because of that. And it's like, dude, did you really need to die to, like? You could have just left her, or like been like, no, I don't want you. I don't want to be in your life. Get out of my life, and then still been alive. Like, was
I
it that easy
mean,
to convince you to off yourself?
I think he wanted to do it. He's
Yeah,
been feeling like this for a while. So he just needed an excuse. He's like, you know what? I could pinpoint this right here as a reason to why I'm going to die right now. And then he does it.
that dude was literally like KYS, and he was all bet, and he just fucking
Bet.
did it.
And then he does.
Just bet, and he just fucking did it. Yeah, I was just like, come on, like you were a successful musician. You had a lot of classic, not classic music, but your music is essentially greatest hits music now to your audience. Like, you could have rode that fine. I don't
I
know. I
mean, look, the only person who can make the greatest hits is somebody who is deeply hurt. Like, because most people are deeply hurt, and therefore only the deeply hurt can write in such a way that can hit to the deeply hurt.
mhm,
And then that can be like the deeply hurts like song. I don't know. That's how I analyze. That's
mhm,
why songs are like so popular, is because they relate to other people. And a
mhm,
lot of his songs are like songs about him being deeply hurt, it seems, or like
mhm.
really cozy country songs, not really much in between, as I've
Yeah,
noticed.
because he had a lot of issues with his brother and his father and stuff like that, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just get to the ending and I'm like, did he really need to? But I get it.
No,
Like
he
that.
didn't.
Yeah,
I feel like he did it so the ending of the movie would have more of a dramatic appeal,
yeah.
more so than like what he would do as his own character. Just because he's the type of character that just seems really self-absorbed, and like, yeah, he loves his wife and he's mad that his wife is becoming more famous than him. But is it enough to like shoot yourself over the idea that your wife is more famous? No. Like, I don't think so, because I feel like he would, if he really wanted to live, he would find a way to frame it in such a way. Oh, I made her famous because I found her. So I'm actually really good at getting famous and finding people to get famous. So that'd be like a sense of pride. So it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't make sense in his character to do so.
No, absolutely. That's why I don't know, like the movie's great, the music's great. It's just the ending that bugs me. I'm like, I don't think he'd really do it that easily unless his hearing was like hurting him so bad that he just couldn't take it anymore and
Yeah, he
breaking
just
her
has like
heart.
like he can't hear any notes. He can only hear the tetanus. Maybe.
Hmm.
I mean, that's if all he hears is ringing, then that would be like, well, I'm done. I'm good. I feel
Yeah.
like it had to be multiple reasons.
Yeah. Not just some dude that's your wife's agent is like, yeah, you need to stop because he's not doing the stuff because of you. And it's just like, what? Like, you want me to? I'm not saying what you should do, but you need to stop. Like, stop living.
You just need to stop. Just stop breathing.
Yeah,
Actually,
you just
stop
need to
whatever you're
stop.
doing, including breathing, and stop that for like 5 minutes, and come back later.
See, yeah, give us 5 minutes of you not breathing. Let's see how you do
Exactly.
with your neck broken.
What would you
But
rate this movie?
I'd give it an 8 just because the music's great. The movie was good. It's just the ending where I'm like, why? Like, there's no reason for that. It's dramatic, just being for the sake of being dramatic. But I get it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's
I
just that ending.
I feel like this is like it's like a mid 7.5. I mean, yeah, it's great. I like the colors. The colors are awesome in this film, and there's just so many of them. And I
Hmm.
like the acting, and I like how emotional it is. Like I mentioned, there's some moments I'm like, well, I don't know if the character would do this necessarily based on what you've established of him to do. Like, I don't know if like a self-absorbed person would like be like, well, I guess the world doesn't want me. So they'd be like, no, I'm going to force myself upon the world more so, I feel like. And I feel like that's like what he would do. He's like the type to force himself upon the world
Hmm.
more so than to accept what the world has forced upon him.
Yeah, this movie is definitely just driven on emotion. It's supposed to be like that emotional roller coaster of love and then
Yeah,
hate and then emotion at the end, you know. So I
big
get it.
emotion.
Yeah, I completely get for what it is. But no, that was A Star Is Born. I got a game for
Ooh,
you called '90s Pop Stars.
what?
Yeah,
90s pop stars?
I don't know if you were born yet in the '90s, but
No, I was born in 2000.
oh geez. Uh, I've got '90s pop stars here. I asked Grok to generate them because I just think Grok's funny. So we're gonna see if you can guess them by how they look. I don't think that there's any like twist to them. Like, do you know who this is? Actually, Grok generated. Do you know who this is?
What? Snake girl? Why is wait? Is that like a cat dog snake? Like snake?
It does look like a snake. Snake. That's how you know AI is not gonna replace people with
Yeah,
stuff like this. This is Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. Wait, I only know her shaved.
Oh yeah, that's all you know
Yeah,
of her. Oh
yeah,
wow.
I know. Like I never really. Okay, the first time I heard of Britney Spears was like 2008, 2009, and it was when she like shaved her hair. Was around that
Hmm.
time, I think.
Yeah, she had a
And
breakdown.
yeah. And then I remembered that and then like not caring any other time about her. So I didn't like actually look up a picture of her. So I only
In
know that
any
she
other
shaved her
moment.
hair.
Yeah, now I mean she's having issue. Or I think she got her children back because she was having custody issues. But she was doing like Instagram posts of her with knives, and she was just like dancing with them like this, and everyone was like, "She should get a wellness check. Are you okay?" She's just dancing with knives, you know.
What's wrong with dancing with knives?
It just looked a little haphazard. I'll say, like,
Oh,
be
haphazard.
careful, like
Okay.
be
I
careful.
mean, she knows what she's doing. It seems like she's baiting people into that reaction.
Yeah, I think so. She knew what she was doing. She's smarter than
Yeah.
that. Do you know who this is? '90s pop star.
She's covered in Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah, I asked for it to make her dirty and then put her in slime.
Oh,
'Cause
a 90s pop star.
one of her songs is named "Dirty" with two R's.
Dirty, dirty, dirty. Oh, I don't know. Uh, oh God.
This is
Uh,
Christina
Christina.
Aguilera.
I
Yeah.
was just about to say that Christina
Wow.
Aguilera because this is the first. I don't know why I know her, but that was the name that came to my head. I don't even know what she looks like in particular. This was just a name that came up. I
Back
was
in
like,
the
okay.
'90s, she was like super skinny, and then now she's gotten like nice thick. because I think she had children. But yeah,
Oh man, who's that? What was her name? Christina Apple something. She was
Christina
really
Applegate.
skinny, but yeah, now she's fat. Is she like that?
She's gotten pretty like fat thick, but I think it looks good. It's something that I'm like, ooh, that looks like I could live off of her meat for a few days if we
Oh my god,
crashed
that's
in a plane somewhere.
that's how mates are chosen now in the 21st century. Not whether they can reproduce and they have wide hips, but whether you can eat off of her if she dies in a blizzard.
Yeah.
And that's how you choose mates now.
It's the perfect matchmaking quality. Uh,
Exactly.
do you know who this AI generated picture is of
Why is
what
she a
90s pop
vampire?
star? So she was in a movie, this star called, what movie was she in? She was in a vampire movie, like in the 90s before she passed away.
Oh, so she's dead.
Yeah,
She a
she died.
vampire though? Like real
Sh
for real?
No, no, not for real, for real. She
How do
died.
you know that?
I don't. Not now that you're putting me on the spot, I don't.
Uh,
I didn't
this
Google that far.
this is Vampirella.
Queen of the Damned is the movie I'm thinking of. She was in Queen of the Damned.
Oh, I've never
She
seen that movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. Her name is one name Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm. She
I knew some
died
chick
too soon.
with that name.
Really?
Yeah, growing up, I knew a few Aaliyahs.
That's cool. It's like two A's, right? At the
Yeah,
beginning. That's cool.
a
Hey,
whole lot of them.
do you know who
There's a
this
spider on your citrus. There's a spider on the citrus.
yep, right there is a bug.
Watch out. There's a spider on the citrus. Uh, she's prim and pristine. Who the fuck is she? Uh, her name is Cowboy McGee. Cowgirl McGee.
She Miss McGee, she
Yeah.
was a 90s pop star for the ska punk band No Doubt, and now she's a pop star. She's made pop music.
Wait, she's pop star right now?
Yeah, she's still like a pop star. She's on The
Oh.
Voice, I think.
Oh. I don't watch The Voice.
Uh,
I only listen.
Gwen Stefani,
Gwen Stefani. Oh.
No Doubt.
I recognize that name. I don't know if she was around from the 90s.
Yeah, she was in No Doubt. The ska punk band got pretty popular there, and then went solo artist, and yeah, still became pretty popular there. Now she's reinventing, back to what's old is new and doing No Doubt again. But
But what she's not doing is getting the spider off of the citrus.
nope,
Be real
she
haphazard about that.
throw you off. It's just there on the citrus. That spider.
Why would you put it? Why would you keep that spider there? Who the fuck is this man?
Oh, who is this dude? I'm trying to remember why it did this arm here. Do you know who
Uh,
this 90s pop star is?
uh, no, that's Shakira. Is it Shakira?
Close.
Who is the male in Shakira in that song? You know?
No,
Oh,
I don't think
There
he's the
was a
male
dude
Shakira.
voice.
This dude is gay though, actually, in real life.
Oh, I didn't notice.
He sings Livin' La Vida Loca. Lips are devil red, skin's the color mocha. She will wear you out. Livin' La Vida Loca. Come on.
I've heard that song.
On Shrek, probably you heard it. I think it's one of the endings of Shrek.
Is it Ricky Martin?
It is Ricky Martin. I was
He gave me the
stalling for a
song
little.
title. He gave me the song title, so I looked it up on Spotify.
I know. I was stalling while you was singing the song. While I saw you searching for it. Ricky Martin. This is Ricky Martin as a Mariachi with an extra robot arm. For some
Ricky
reason.
and Martin are the least ethnic names I've ever met. What's up with this costume?
I put mariachi. I don't know why it gave this like robot arm over here. I have no idea. I don't remember what I put there to make that happen.
With guns, maybe? And it has some guns.
His guns.
Here I see 5 guns.
Do you?
Yeah, because the arms are guns. Then you have the guns are holding guns, and then the shoulder gun.
The shoulder gun, like Cyclops or something.
Yeah.
Do you know who this pop star is?
What the fuck? MGM.
I think I put him as a samurai. David Bowie. Do you know David Bowie?
Oh, I know who David Bowie is. He died. I never listened to his music. I remember the announcement, hey, David Bowie's dead. I'm like, oh, I never listened to his music, so I don't care. So
no, I've been there. I think I was like, I like one of his songs, and I could like jam out to it and work, like do work to it, not work out, like work. But right. He's all right. He's all right. Lastly, here, do you know who? Do you know who this?
Michael Jackson as a Transformer?
It's Michael Jackson as I think I put as a Gundam robot.
Oh.
Yeah, but he does look like a Transformer, right? Like Optimus Prime.
Does he moonwalk? Does it go backwards and forwards?
When he's in space. Only in space. Only in when you're out of the atmosphere can you do stuff like that.
Oh, because if you're walking on Earth, you're not moonwalking, you're Earth walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh. But that's the game. Where can people walk to find the wonderful Mint Salad and all her stuff?
You can find all of my socials at autisticboobs.com, and I do daily movie reviews at youtube.com/ASCpresents. That's where you can find me.
She's wonderful, guys. Check her out. And I do a podcast daily called That's All Funny. Find that anywhere podcasts available. Just search That's All Funny. Do a podcast with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe, where we talk about wrestling. And this show with the wonderful Mint Salad called This Dinner Was with Mint Salad. Anywhere podcasts available, just search for it. YouTube channel, youtube.com/Lorenzo. I want to thank everyone for listening, watching, and praying. We are here all the time. We'll see y'all later. Thank y'all again for thank Mint. Thank everyone. Thank Mint. Mint's great. Y'all see you later.